Yesterday was a long day. A lot of things happened. My experience with James Topp was over the top. I've never met such an individual. I've never met such a crew of people who believed in an individual so much that they were willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I've never met a group of people who were able to direct the public, who have no formal training, into organized lines of marchers who they didn't even speak much. It was almost like when somebody yelled freedom or something else, it was out of place. And somebody used the word somber, but that wasn't accurate because nobody was unhappy. It was all upbeat. It was more of a tone of contemplation, introspection, clarity. And even when we got up to, and you know what, I got a video yesterday. I jumped on a bike, fell off the bike. I guess my camera somewhere in there stopped rolling because I had the whole thing. As soon as James marched in, and when he went up to the tomb and did his thing, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, that is. I gotta make a confession. I used to be a soldier hater, basically. I always believed that war is the stupidest thing ever. Everybody goes out and hurts one another. And if they just stopped going out to war and hurting one another, then maybe everybody wouldn't be hurt. It was always my perspective. I've had a chance to become a lot closer with vets who have done incredible things, like things that you couldn't even imagine in some cases. And I found that there's a depth of compassion and yet seriousness and see-through-itness. Do you know what I mean? Like when I look in their eyes, they are just as, they're so present with me. And then I start getting present to the things that they've been present to. And I'm getting emotional all the time now around the vets and those who are, who have made those kind of sacrifices. And those were the guys that were backing up James Topp. That's James Topp's team. Vets for Freedom. Man, you guys are dynamite. I cannot wait to hang out with you more. I'm learning from you guys. I mean, talk about, you know what it is? I cannot stand being told what to do. I don't want somebody giving me any rules. I'm not going to do it. I just don't operate that way. But when somebody's doing something right, I have no problem falling in line. Let me tell you something. James Topp and his team, they're doing it right. I've decided that I'm going to come back here out on the streets just to kind of give you a first-hand perspective of what Ottawa looks like. It's there's all kinds of families rolling in, which is good. So it's gonna be a much more gentle tone today. I'm going to let the camera do what it does. Generally, the camera leads me. I don't lead the camera, so I'll let. Oh, and on that, yesterday when I let the camera do what it did at the War Monument, I caught some skerfuffles that happened on the other side of where James Topp was addressing the crowd. Turns out some people I know were involved in it. That to me is a clear sign that division worked in that case. A lot of people were yelling at the police. The only thing I saw that the police were guilty of was they pepper sprayed somebody and then used water, like a whole box of bottled water to put the thing out. Now I didn't see any of that, but then the bag was left behind and there's some people getting quite irate about that. I think each one of us is responsible for cleaning up after ourselves. But the cops, they have to clean up after everybody else. You know what I mean? And somebody referred to the cops before as a thin blue line. That resonated really hard with me. And there's a thin blue line between a corrupt, pussy, selfish, misguided, greedy political system and the people on the street who are getting less and less and less to live on every single day. James Topp's message, if you listened very carefully, was that we have to lead ourselves. And it became very clear that that's what James Topp was doing. He was leading himself. Now, to me, from the outside, it looked to me like he was driven. Some higher power was driving him or something. I don't know. But when I asked him, he said, no, I wanted to. That was it. I wanted to. And you can tell that the guys and girls around him would easily have given up their life for him. And the only reason was because, well, not me, I don't know the guy personally, but this idea of being so driven, so focused on what you feel you need to do that you don't have time to get into the problems that what everybody else is doing. Okay, so I'm going to give it as an objective point of view as my camera will allow today. I don't know how long I'm going to be on for. I'm not doing a marathon today. I think I may have to be up on the stage a little bit later on tonight for where they've got a permit to operate between 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock on the stage tonight. So if you're coming down to Canada Day, you should. I mean, you absolutely should. Come on, give me a break. It's Canada and it's Ottawa. The fringe, I think what you'll find as I'm watching around, the fringe minority citizens that were very, very heavy here earlier it looks like they pale in comparison to just the, what do people call them? Normies. The normies. Seems like a lot of normal people. But anyway, we'll find out. We'll find the normal, the abnormal. Thanks for listening to me rant. We're going to go do a walk, and then, yeah, I think we're going to be at the, no, I'm not going to say where we're going to be. All right, let's go have a look around, shall we?